To close out the retrospective, you're doing a rarities program. What is that going to look like? Because I think that there will be songs that you haven't performed in a while or ever, maybe new material.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean that was a suggestion from one of the fans who requested that. And it's a kind of an interesting idea. So I haven't gone over
Yeah.
the list yet totally. So I can't really express too much of what's going to happen. But I you know I well, what's fun is that I think there was, now I write songs, you know, for lots of purposes, whether it's, trying to get on the radio or for a musical or for a movie or for what I'm experiencing, myself personally, to sort of translate that. But I think there was a time when I was younger when I really went out on a lot of weird limbs, that kind of, youthful sophomoric confidence, that I think some of those songs will will be imbued with. So it's
Wait, I want
that'll be fun to go
I'm
out there again.
I'm curious to know what you think are your weird limbs. Like, what were the moments, the songs that are in your head?
Yeah, well, I think there's a few songs. There's probably a lot of songs that I wrote back then where I had no sense of kind of purpose. It was completely experimental, and completely just getting lost in the material. Like I hadn't really loved yet. I hadn't really experienced loss. I hadn't really, been sick or seen death. It was sort of there's sort of this innocence, I guess, is the best word
Or
that exists in some of them. And so I'm excited to revisit that funny little boy.
especially given, now that you have lived through some of those tragedies or whatnot, your perspective might have shifted in how you perform them or how you interpret them or how you think about them.
Yeah, yeah, and I actually, it's funny because I mean, I right before COVID or a few months before, I had gone out and for the 20th anniversary tour of my first two albums, the Poses tour. So I did, Rufus Wainwright and Poses with a band. We went all around the world for that. And it was really, I was pleasantly surprised
Mhm.
in terms of, hitting that material again 20 years later by how, I don't know, for lack of a better word, but profound my emotions were at that age, or at least how sincere and how true they were. I wasn't being melodramatic. I was really searching. So it was kind of nice. It was nice to be. Oh, that was very, because I took myself very seriously when I was young.
You laugh.
Yeah, probably too much so, but I think within the music it was warranted.